Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Ashley, soy de los Estados Unidos y vivo en Missouri. Está en el centro de los Estados Unidos. Just kidding. So I'm going to talk in English because Victor told me to talk in English because you guys are in a Spanish class, or sorry, you guys are in an English class. But I do know how to speak Spanish. I am fluent. Um, I am actually a Spanish teacher, so I'm actually sitting in my classroom right now. It's after school, about 4:30 here. Definitely time for me to go home. But he asked me if I would tell you a little bit about me and a little bit about how I know Victor. Well, first of all, why am I a Spanish teacher? I get that question a lot. Why am I a Spanish teacher? Well, I took Spanish in college. I also took 2 years of Spanish in high school, but that was it. I didn't really care too much for it. It didn't seem important to me, so I moved on. I took other classes, but then when I went to college, I decided to take Spanish again, just thinking, it would be easy because I already took 2 years of it. Well, when I was taking Spanish classes, I started to really enjoy them. I really enjoyed the teacher, and it was interesting because it was very different from anything else that I was learning. And I also got to travel a little bit with my sister, so I actually got to try to use it. And I started to realize that being able to speak in another language is really rewarding. And there's a lot of really good things that you can do with it. Sure, you can get paid more money if you speak another language, but really, to me, being able to speak another language is being able to help more people, to meet more people, and to have relationships with people that you wouldn't have had without another language. So, if you think about it, when you only know one language, you can only communicate with people that speak that language. But now that I know Spanish, I've doubled. I've doubled the amount of people that I can speak to and communicate with, and which is really cool when you think about it, because it's a big world that we live in, and there's so many people out there, and the Spanish is a language that's growing, and it's actually more spoken than English. But it's really cool to be able to speak to my neighbors, in Mexico, be able to speak in their language, and I love your culture. I love your food. You guys have good food. I love the Hispanic culture. I think you guys are so nice and welcoming, and it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy traveling. I've traveled a little bit in Mexico and some other Hispanic countries, but I wouldn't have met a lot of the people that I have if it weren't for speaking Spanish. One of my best friends is from Peru, so I wouldn't know her if it weren't for learning Spanish. So, learning another language is something that it might not seem like it's very important, but there's so many good things about being able to speak another language, and one of them is meeting new people, and that's actually how I met Victor. So it's kind of a funny story, but I, you know, I live in Missouri, which is in the middle of the United States. So there aren't very many people here that speak Spanish where I live. Um, Side note, I do live in Springfield, Missouri, like from The Simpsons. I don't think I mentioned that yet, but everyone thinks that's really funny, even though there's actually 32 cities in the United States named Springfield. So no one actually knows which city the Simpsons are from. So I would like to think that it's my Springfield, because there's an episode of The Simpsons where they go to Branson, Missouri, which is 45 minutes away from where I live. So that's my theory. But anyways, how I met Victor. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of people here that speak Spanish, so I wanted to improve my speaking ability because I could usually kind of read and write Spanish, but I couldn't communicate very well. So I went online. I can't remember if I met him in a Facebook group or something else, like a language exchange website. I'm not sure. I think it was Facebook. I think it was a Facebook group, but um, I was just looking for someone that was willing to practice Spanish with me, and I know English, so they could practice English. Turns out Victor knew English a lot better than I knew Spanish, so he didn't really need any help. He knew English really well. But yeah, I practiced Spanish with him, and it was a really cool opportunity to meet someone new. And some of my favorite songs in Spanish I know because of Victor. One of my favorite phrases that I learned in Spanish is "Querer es poder," and I got that from Victor too. So it's one of those. It's pretty cool to meet someone that to say that it was always encouraging, so super encouraging to me to know these people from other countries that were willing to help me with Spanish. He even helped me with homework sometimes, so that was pretty cool to be able to have that connection. And but yeah, it's really cool to be able to meet people from all around the world, and it's really awesome how technology allows us to connect with people that are in totally different parts of the world and that they're miles away, but you can still talk to them. You can talk to them through a video. It's like they're actually there almost. They're virtually. It's pretty cool. I actually got to meet Victor once. He came all the way to Missouri, which was pretty cool. He brought me this cat. It's in my classroom. I use random things like this to decorate my classroom. I love cats. I love Spanish, love Mexico. So, he brought me this. Pretty cool. I keep it on there's a shelf behind here that I keep it on. But yeah, so that's how I know Victor. And that's why I know Spanish. I love Spanish. I love speaking Spanish. I love meeting other Hispanic people. It's very, very, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I'm very proud of myself that I was able to learn another language, but I'm also proud that I can understand other cultures, because you don't truly understand another culture until you speak their language and you can communicate with those people. And that's a big reason why I love what I do. I want to share my love for Spanish and Hispanic culture with my students, and that's why I am a teacher. But yeah, so that's me. So I hope that was interesting. I don't know if I'm a very interesting person, but I don't know. I think I'm pretty cool. Anyways, I'm in my classroom, so I figured I would kind of just show you guys where I work. So that's my files where all of the things that I need to grade, but probably won't. So yeah, this is where I work every day. I have all these flags, all the Hispanic flags. My classroom. Here's the other side of it. Got a bunch of pictures on the wall back there, but this is where I work every day. I've got a fan back there because for some reason it's really hot in my room. So yeah, this is my school. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. I think I have enough charge to go walk around. Let's see, 17%. Okay, I think I can make it happen. So let's see if I can flip this here. Okay, let's do this. So this is my classroom, as you can see, like I showed you. So I've got all sorts of things in here. This is, let's see. Oh, keep a whole bunch of stuff. I've got books on this shelf and, I don't know, a lot of random stuff in that cabinet. And this is my hallway out here. I've got other Spanish teachers that I work with. But I work with 3 other Spanish teachers and a French teacher. And yeah, so that's me. Nixa High School. That's where I work if you want to look it up. Let's see. Nixa High School. It's near Springfield, Missouri. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video and found something interesting about it. I hope you learned something. So anyways, adios y que tengan un buen día. Adios. Whoops.